Quarantine? Stop it! I'm actually in my quarantine 20s. Oh my god. If there was ever an answer to the question, what would Jesus do this Easter, it's definitely what we're all already doing. Being stuck in a cave until... I mean, I don't know, he doesn't really have much scope. He had a 3-day period, we've got an indefinite silence, but like any good Catholic gal, I love a religious, I really love religious holidays now as an adult, and I think that's cause I get to enjoy them without having to do 10 Hail Marys and go to confession beforehand. So my two favourite things in the world are kawaii fashion and then burlesque vintage fashion, which have that diagram, they don't cross over. So this year I wanted to challenge myself to try and harness the two together, and I came up with this 60s inspired egg bunny look, which I am calling Yoki Oh No. God. If you want to see how I achieved this look, stay tuned and find out. Welcome to the glue factory. I feel like that's something that Kim Cattrall said whenever she went on stage with Sarah Jessica Parker. On stage, on set, I've shaved for the first time in about a month. I've gone from lumberjack to on the smack. There are lions in Tampa, Florida that are cared for better than my skin is today. My skin is telling me to go and fuck myself, and I'm close to doing that anyway. Lockdown makes the cock brown. Pride Glasgow is better organised than my makeup cases right now, I swear to God. Do you remember when you were younger? The only colour to come out your nose was green. Each morning nowadays I feel like I've coughed up an entire bruise wheel. I like doing a pure white face because a lot of the time I use pastel colours and I think it really makes them pop a lot better. Today I'm going to actually go with a more kind of peachy, pinkish tone. I say while making myself look like League of Gentlemen. Every single face of mine starts as Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello! This is Tea and Cookies by NYX Cosmetics, liquid lipstick. The reason I put the white down first is it just so that I'm not just applying lipstick as coverage. Dusky alien. Chickenpox party! Did you ever get that? That's probably the last time I remember being in quarantine. I say remember, but you know, all my memories are repressed. They're crusty, aren't they? Oh my god. To discover that you can get chickenpox twice. I mean, they don't call me Dr. Lacey Rain for nothing. They don't call me Dr. Lacey Rain for something. They don't call me Dr. Lacey Rain. No one's called me that ever. As I said on TLC's My Secret Feeder, I don't feel like it's heavy enough yet. I can't have it, I can't be white, essentially, because too much white guilt. The only thing that's wrong really is the colour and the application. Other than that, I love it. I'm trying to make it white again. To quote our President Trump. So something I've not done in a while is set my face with fairy dust from Lush, and I know what you're thinking. They're gonna run into problems by setting their whole face with a highlighter. And to that I say, it's this sort of self-destructive behaviour that made your father leave. When I'm talking to myself, not you guys. You do you. I'm making bad decisions. It's been so long since I've seen the sky. This is a horrible brush. What did I do to be treated so badly? Nice and sunburned. This is the one I thought I was using. Oh, part of me is like, keep it chic, and then part of me is like, do an Easter egg on your eye! So, I know they look like them. These are not the eyebrows. Too late to start again. I'm gonna start again. You only live once, unless you're Jesus, and you live twice. I bet no one thought this year, it's like, hey, what are you giving up for Lent? The outside. And you can tell this is an amazing product because it barely works. It's letting me mark out my brows to start with, which is really what I should have done rather than battering on liquid eyeliner within the first 20 seconds of this tutorial. Is this a tutorial? We'll call this a let's get ready together. And you can watch this to kind of, you know, feel good about yourself. Let's keep the brows subtle, and I've made this one look like a fucking sticker. The eye colour I'm wanting is this one, red. I'm just gonna literally smear this around. Now that I kind of know my eye shape, I'm gonna go back and do the eyeliner. So I decided to do this part off camera so that you wouldn't see the professional MUA I hired to come in and do it for me. Very important if you're doing whites next to blacks that you wait till each of them have dried, otherwise you end up with grey on your face and hurt in your heart. Just a star. Looks like a bumblebee with gangrene. I like to bring my nose contour out in a kind of anime blush, but most of the time it just makes me look like I've got bags under my eyes because no one's immortal. Here we go, now I'm the same colour as those men's shirts that say they're pink when they're clearly like a disgusting dusky salmon. So my workstation is my bed, and now everyone's gonna think that I had a sparkly skid mark on the edge. Fantastic. As you can see, this technique I'm using is called invade your own personal space. And if you are feeling as uncomfortable as I am, you're doing it right. I don't think I can label this video a tutorial, like in all honesty. I think I'll be mis-selling the product of what's going on, which is the 2 days Jesus spent in hell before he was resurrected. And then 2 days later God's like, he's like, you've got unfinished business. So he comes back, scares all his pals, and then he goes home. I'm pretty sure they'd been through enough, they'd watched you being executed. Like, to me, I'd be like, I think I should leave it. Like, they've mourned me once, and now you're gonna make them mourn you again? Like, that's not very kawaii of you. You mustn't open your eye, don't look him in the eye, children. Oh, see, that looks healthy, and this one looks like I've got conjunctivitis. In an ideal world, all the eye shapes would be, including the eyebrows, would be identical. Not identical, but you know, following the same sort of path, but we're going for the Pulp Fiction approach, which is many different narratives that are all going to meet up at the end. Yep. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I'm never going to be able to replicate that. If I can replicate this, it's going to be a modern miracle. Just like Jesus dying for Cadbury. Who are we clapping for? I don't read the news, I don't know who we're clapping for. It could be Nazis. Douse as Nazis. So, I want my lip to be, you know, Switzerland in this scenario, kind of a neutral, because the eyes are doing so much. Something that I love doing these days is extending my smile out with a wee black line. I think it really does shocking. Ooh, smiley me, I always smile. Phase 2, I've been saving this all month. Hot glue that I've put in teardrops, then lovingly painted the colour of eggs. Is this a good idea, or does this look like shit? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay safe and stay out of mess. Chuck like I've no place in the body of Christ. Happy Easter.